he was the number one hunted man in that fucking tower, but also in the entire city. They were chasing him down and he escaped.
Yeah, and then
what the fuck happened? They were like, oh, it's all cool. That was yesterday. What? When did that go away?
Welcome to the Shade Cinema Podcast. I'm Chris, and these are my good friends, Mr. Alex and Mr. AREN. They're back. Mr. Alex is back after a long time.
That's too easy.
Let me tell you something about university and work.
So today we're going to discuss and analyze The Batman. And you know what's funny? I didn't actually watch this movie until like a few days ago.
Because motherfucker didn't have Crave.
Or
HBO Max.
So we're going to discuss a lot more about Batman himself, Bruce Wayne, and discuss some of the nuances of his character and some of the ideas that this movie brought forward about Bruce Wayne, which is very different from the typical Bruce Wayne that we see. And what would you say was like some of the main differences between this Bruce Wayne and the other Bruce Waynes?
So basically, as a big comic guy, like this Bruce Wayne was the adaptation was taken from Batman Year One. So it's Batman who's discovering what Batman is. He doesn't really know where he stands, how Gotham City sees him as a shining knight protecting, or as a vigilante who's just making things worse. And like making all these new enemies come, and like the police like not doing their job, or like when he's stopping villains, like the police aren't taking the credit for. So it's like about the representation, about like how he's a man who lost his parents, and he's finally came back after 7 years of whatever training in Tibet and learning all about the billion different forms of like ninjutsu and shit.
Shameful display.
So like he's in Gotham City and he's like discovering who he is. Like he doesn't really know who he is yet. Like he's still year one. Like he's not Batman with experience.
But he's year two. He's year two.
Well, year two in this, but like that's what by Batman Year One I mean, like it's still based off of Batman Year One, where he's like still new. Like it's the beginning 2-3 years of like his life as becoming Batman. He has not become the Batman yet,
and you can kind of see that with how like he's not as proficient with his abilities as
and he makes
as
some mistakes, but we'll talk about that later.
He gets beaten up quite a bit.
Exactly.
I'm gonna like right off the bat, I'm just gonna disagree with you. First of all, I don't think that
Fuck you, bitch.
I don't think that crime got worse because of him. Right? I don't believe that, because you see right at the beginning when he's giving that monologue, which I fucking love, by the way, about how he's
something
no, but when he's giving the monologue about him like sort of when he's like saying like people are like afraid, they think I'm hiding in the shadows, but I am the shadows.
That was sick.
So it's like but you see his influence on the city, so it's like even when he's not present, he's still scaring off criminals. So that's true. Just by the bat signal, like just by having that on, already half the criminal, maybe not half, but like most of the criminals are running off the streets.
Yeah.
I think the reason why the crime rates were going up was because of the corruption with
everything
police
going
department
on.
And everything. So it's like, dude, because they had so many deals and shit going on with the underworld. So when you have that happening, you're also allowing for more like criminal activity to happen as well, you know? So Batman was kind of standing up against that.
No, I get what you mean, but like I meant it more like in the perspective like Year One, where like Batman, he's still hasn't fully become who he is, and like crime is still rising. Like he hasn't established himself as the Batman, and there's still more to come and more big villains to come. But like, yes, the monologue, like I do agree with that, but still. Yeah.
But I think like he has established himself as the Batman. He just isn't sure what the Batman is.
Exactly, what the Batman represents.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think it's more like he has forsaken Bruce Wayne in order to become Batman, and he's fully trying to become Batman.
Yeah, and like
instead of actually trying to live a double life.
Exactly.
Like he constantly neglects like the accountants. Like they tried to meet him multiple times.
Yeah,
but they couldn't meet him because like he kept pushing it or whatever. But because he's solely focused on being Batman, essentially his life as Bruce Wayne is being neglected. And in a way, he could do being Batman is not just about doing the work at night, it's also about doing the work in the day, and you can see that he hasn't
he hasn't mastered it yet.
Yeah, he hasn't fully realized it.
Used both personalities as the Batman character utilizes Bruce Wayne just as much as he utilizes Batman, like in the comics or stuff where like you would see Batman would investigate at night, but now he's like during the day now Bruce Wayne needs to investigate, so he would do his own stuff.
Yeah, well,
using the Bruce Wayne persona.
Not just that, but also he would clean up the city using Bruce Wayne methods, like using Wayne Tech to fund the police and give the police proper technology to catch criminals.
Exactly.
Or spending
like the train systems or stuff like that,
or
big buildings,
or
clean energy,
or orphanages, which we'll talk about later.
Yes.
But we can also compare it to like Christian Bale's Batman too.
Christian
right?
Bale.
Christian Bale.
Chris, since when have you been Batman? Huh?
So, because Christian Bale's Batman is kind of like it's the portrayal of Batman in the comics that we know, like Bruce Wayne, the that cheeky fuck boy. Like during the day, and then
that plays dumb. That plays dumb. Like, oh, there's something going on with the hospitals.
Yeah, I know, but it's like,
do you
that's
not
like
watch
the Batman
the news?
that we all know.
My guy.
But I don't know if you guys saw a lot of because I watched a lot of videos about like people commenting on this movie and like their perspective, what they thought about like the Batman and everything, and for them they didn't really like Bruce Wayne's portrayal. But like you said, it's like the first few years, and he's still trying to figure out that side of himself. And like the Riddler said in the movie, he's like, I know that I'm looking at your true face now when he had his mask on, because that's where he can unlock his like true self, you know?
Yeah.
So he's being himself when he's Batman, but he doesn't know how to behave or how to portray himself as Bruce Wayne yet. That's why he's so awkward, and that's why he's not the fuckboy that we're used to. And there were a lot of people that complained about that. I think it was perfectly done. That is exactly how I expected Batman or Bruce Wayne to act like in his beginning years, when he's still in that awkward phase with that dark mindset, and like he can only like truly reveal himself at night when he's wearing the costume, you know? So I thought that oh my gosh, what's the actor's name? Jesus.
Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson, he did an amazing job at that.
Honestly, if I'm being truthful, like at the beginning I didn't like the Bruce Wayne because I agreed with like the people.
The Bruce Wayne.
Like I was like I don't like this loser emo-ist Bruce Wayne.
Emo with the fucking eyes.
Look at this guy. This guy looks like he played in vampire movies. But looking back at it, like rewatching it like multiple times, like I do appreciate like what Matt Reeves, a director, like decided like, look, Bruce Wayne, like we want to make him like uncomfortable, like he doesn't know who Bruce Wayne is. Yep. But like
because I think the portrayal of Bruce Wayne being some like hotshot billionaire, like he's somehow like Tony Stark.
He's gonna develop into that.
Yeah, eventually I think like the second movie is gonna slowly build to it, and then maybe the third movie if they make one,
probably
they're gonna do that.
They're probably gonna make a trilogy. The direction it's going at,
like I'm guessing was a very successful movie.
It was very successful, and Matt Reeves said like the second movie's greenlit, scripts are written. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna make a trilogy.
They're saying like 2025, I think.
Yeah, probably it's gonna take time because like it's a big movie, a lot of production. Like it's gonna take time. Like it's not gonna be just a fresh out movie every year where it's like, okay, we film it, and like he's gonna take time to create it, come up with a new plot.
Yeah. We are going to continue with this, but if you are enjoying this so far, like,
ballsy,
subscribe to the channel, and Happy New Year, by the way.
Happy New Year, Merry
Happy
Christmas,
New Year to everyone.
Is the fear of Batman more effective than Batman himself?
Definitely, yes.
What do you mean by that?
Okay, well, obviously, like the beginning of the movie, which was very well portrayed, he's one man at the end of the day. He can't be at 25 different locations, 2 alleyways, 3 banks, So the idea that the Batman, it's at night and the signal is up, like he could be right in front of you.
You saw that at the beginning of the movie with the signal, and like the guy who's like
he's like looking up and he's like freaking out.
And I love how like he has like the mask on. I love how he has the mask on and he's like
like the bottle, he drops the bottle, it starts rolling, he's like,
give me all your cash.
But yeah, like definitely the fear of the Batman, because like you're afraid to see him, and the best way is like the best representation that movie was at the very beginning. So he gives that amazing monologue, which is like probably like the best part, like one of the best scenes in that movie. And then when like you still haven't seen the Batman, and there's like the 8 thugs. They're like all like, yeah, bro, we're gonna kick some ass. And then you just hear like clanking boots, and you just see this gigantic man dressed in a bat fucking walk up to you, like this.
You know what the boots looked like? They looked like the fucking boots of the guy who's shoveling snow in Home Alone.
Oh my god, this guy.
I'm not at all.
What are you talking
What
about?
are you talking about?
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
He didn't have his boots
man.
No, but I'm saying it looked like if there was those boots but buttoned.
Fucking okay. Can I?
But like
No,
when he walks, and then they all look at him and they're like, "It's the freaking bat!" So I definitely think in that aspect, like the fear of the Batman itself is like the scariest thing. It's like you don't believe it. Like you're like, "Oh, it's not true that there's a guy in the bat," and then you see him and you're like, "That's him." Like he's even scarier than what you actually imagine. So
his armor
it's
was
very powerful.
Yeah, his armor is very menacing in the movie. Like he's wearing metal.
Yeah.
He's not like proficient.
Not yet.
But he'll get there eventually. But we were saying, Auden.
I guess the question is, no offense, but it's a bit flawed in the sense that like Batman himself is also fear.
No, but he said what's more.
Wait, hold
no,
on.
but you know.
Hold on.
What do you mean by that?
No, but it's.
Auden,
Because the question was, is his fear
is the fear
more
of
effective?
Batman
Is the fear of Batman more effective than
Batman
Batman himself? But
yeah.
Batman himself is also fear. When he walks up to you, he.
No, but like Batman himself.
Anyways, but like I understand the question.
Then answer it.
That taken into account, because when the fear of Batman is basically he's playing with the feeling of dread. So when you look at horror movies, what dread is your imagination basically kind of taking control. So like when you see like a dark alley or like a staircase going up into the darkness, sort of like your imagination kind of starts like playing with yourself, with you.
Yeah, that's like it's kind of like when you're a kid and like you close all the lights and you have to run upstairs because you're afraid that some monster is gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Or when you're hiding like in your bed and like for some reason you think someone's in the room, so you just put the covers over you and you're like, nothing's gonna happen to me.
Okay, so like if you look at that, for example, so playing with dread, that is terrifying, and obviously that'll like make you hold back on what you're doing. But I feel like in any horror movie, for example, the scariest factor is when you're actually facing the creature. So it's like, yes, you're playing with dread, you have that fear in you, but then when you see it in front of you, that's when it's most effective.
Actually, that's I would disagree with that.
You
I
think
would disagree with that too, because like at the
he,
beginning when we were talking, it was like they kind of didn't believe that the Batman was real. They thought it was just horror stories, and then when they see him, they're actually even more scared. Like because the idea.
No, but the idea.
Fear.
You're just proving his point.
You're proving my point exactly. No, but that's the point I'm trying to make is when you're facing him.
What I'm saying is like usually you're not afraid of the dark because it's dark and it's scary, but you're afraid of what might be inside. So
exactly.
It's like it's the end.
So imagine witnessing
fear is not pain. It's the anticipation of pain. They're not afraid of the Batman. Yep. They're afraid of like the idea that there's someone who looks. You have to look over their shoulders to think like, okay, maybe there's someone watching me who can actually stop me from doing my crimes. You get what I mean? So it's like, so the strength that Batman has is it's not whether or not he's going to beat you up, because these goons have probably gotten beaten up their whole lives. It's the fact that there's someone there, the potential of someone to be able to stop you.
That's 7 feet tall and dresses like a fucking bat.
I understand, but the only reason why I still believe that his presence alone, like the Batman himself, is more effective than the fear factor, which is still effective, is because that fear factor, when he doesn't show himself after a while, fades away. So his presence and his actual punishment is more like that really digs deeper, in my opinion.
I would argue that his presence is the dark.
What?
The night is his presence.
I am the night.
Right?
Sure.
I am the night, right?
The night. But wait, doesn't he? I guess.
So when you hear I am the night, you obviously ask yourself,
what do you mean by that?
And then what he means is essentially he doesn't have to be everywhere to cause fear, because he himself causes fear just by it being dark outside.
Yeah.
Just by the
shadows.
Just by Gotham City can literally just put up the bat signal up in the sky,
and everyone will shit their pants.
And like 10 to 20% of the crime would just stop like that because they say, "Oh fuck, Batman's out tonight."
Yeah.
Fuck that, man.
Yeah.
So
we're talking about how like Batman kind of represents fear, and he's vengeance at the start of the movie, and that's sort of
he's
like
very vengeful. Exactly. He's vengeful that his parents are dead. Like he's bitter. He's not happy with the world.
Yeah.
He wants to like punch everything.
Yeah.
Like break every wall because I'm not happy that my parents died.
Stop it.
Exactly.
Get some help.
Get some help, Batman. Don't beat people up.
people when they see Batman,
the fucking the wet bandit fucking face Batman. Who would win? So how does Batman's role in play like a significant plays a significant factor in Riddler's appearance? Because Riddler, in case you guys remember or forgot, just in case,
okay, go ahead.
He thought that he was on Batman's side and that they were working together.
That's true.
Yeah.
Why?
Good point.
Why do you think that's the case?
Because vengeance. Because he thought that he was vengeful, and no.
Yeah. No, you're right. But continue. Like, there's more to it than that, though.
Like,
it's not just vengeance, but like Batman was there to clean up the city,
exactly.
And then Riddler's trying to clean up the city in his own way by killing all the corrupt cops.
Exactly.
So I guess my question from there would be like, do you think that Riddler's actions were justified?
Of course not.
No. No.
Yes, let me tie this beautiful senator in a car bomb and blow up a whole fucking church.
No, but wait. Can I say something? I think a better question would be, is Batman's actions justified?
Of course, he's the fucking Batman,
Auden. It's fucking sick.
Yo, Auden, I have a question.
Why you ask?
You actually put that in? No fucking way. Oh,
Batman when he sees Riddler. Why you ass?
Why you ask?
I can't believe you put that in.
That's why I said that.
For a bit of context, by the way, this clip comes from my reaction watching the World Cup final and how fucking Martinez couldn't score a fucking goal for the final, bro. Anyways.
Finish! Come on!
Yeah, so I think a better question would be, why is Batman's actions justifiable? And the reason why I'm asking this, Batman doesn't kill. He cleans up the criminals from the underworld and like the city, and like basically tries to limit crime as much as he can using fear. But you saw how people portray that, and what people see from that, right? So what did Riddler take from his actions? He took that he rules out of fear, and he uses violence to punish those who are out of order. So Riddler sees that as an opportunity to kill the people that aren't respecting the law and who are lying.
See, that's the line that Batman didn't cross, is that he doesn't kill.
Exactly. No, but it's not killing, but it fucks with Batman because
he's like, what am I fighting for? If I'm just stopping villains or like stuff, but like there's corrupt politicians or that I can't control because I can't just go beat up a politician,
right?
Or blackmail him by like taking.
Where's the trigger?
Because Riddler's point of view is very twisted, right? But that's when like Batman kind of just like, or Bruce Wayne, I should say, woke up and he's like, holy fuck, I shouldn't be a sign of vengeance because this is what people see, this is what people understand from my actions, and this is causing more mess.
Yes.
Right?
You realize that at the end with
Right.
the red thing when he saves everybody and he's holding the girl. It's like
Yeah.
I'm more than a sign than vengeance.
He's
I'm
a sign of hope.
Okay. No! So what I love about that scene so fucking much, when I saw it in the movie theater too, bro, I want to like print a fucking poster of that scene of him like walking with the,
oh my god,
with the flare. So he became so at the start of the movie, he was the shadow in the dark.
Yeah.
And he turned into the light.
Carrying, and
With
that scene when you see the panoramic shot from top, he's holding the light, and he's carrying the whole people of Gotham.
So he's a beacon of hope.
So he's like he's like lighting the torch.
So the flare
he's lighting
is the light in the darkness, and he leads the way. So instead of beating up criminals, he wants to still beat up criminals, but also protect the people. His act that defined who he was at the end of the movie was him cutting the electrical line. That was the first time he did something to save others instead of beating up the people that were responsible.
That's true. Wow. Okay?
So that's kind of that was. I mean, in my opinion, that was when Batman that he finally grasped he grasped like the idea of what Batman actually is and what he's supposed to be, because that was sort of the flaw with the whole movie.
I'm just replaying everything in my head, and
it's fucking crazy, bro. Like it.
There's so many interpretations. There's so many little stuff, and the more you talk about it, the more you discover these things. Oh, what a beautiful movie!
Yo, Matt Reeves, man. Fuck.
Matt Reeves,
like so like genius.
Well, actually, I want to go back to do you think Riddler is justified? Like, isn't he also just like cleaning up the city as well? Because he's only really killing the people who are.
Yeah, but he's basically getting rid of most of the government or like political.
But
people.
He's acting out of revenge though, because he
was trying to get rid of the rats and the people who bribed money, who like were in the pockets with the mob and everything.
Okay, but the difference is that he's doing it for selfish reasons.
He's doing it for revenge, yeah.
But why?
Well, because like he was left neglected, basically, right? He was neglected like as a kid because he was in an orphanage. Yep. But the Wayne fund that was supposed to fund
the renewal program,
renewal program that was supposed to fund for the orphanage was instead used like to bribe people with money and shit.
Exactly.
So
no.
Was it not that?
So Thomas Wayne was very honest with what he was doing. Unfortunately, he was caught with Falcone, who killed off the reporter, making him.
But he never asked for that.
He never asked for that.
Yeah, blackmailed him basically.
He did. Yeah. But so regardless, like he shouldn't have done that in the first place. But he was still a good man. When he was killed off, Falcone, Maroni, and even the police department, they all went after the money that was in the renewal program, and it became. And instead of it being an opportunity for him to like save the city and like people who actually needed that money, they used that money for themselves. To basically make the rich even more rich. But that was never Thomas Wayne's
no, just because he died and then
that's
everybody
just because he died and everybody attacked like vultures.
Exactly. Yeah. I remember that. He's right.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So that's why. But
that's basically what I said. Like they use a renewal program to like basically funnel money into themselves. Like after Thomas
there was
died.
a void and they'd all went in at the void and took everything.
Yeah.
And went to shit.
Yeah, basically. And Falcone actually like the way he orchestrated everything is like, what was it like? Someone said he's the real mayor of the city. Yeah, he's not like whoever the mayor is, like Bella Real.
Like the vote doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because he's the one who controls it, and that kind of plays like a like social commentary as to like who really controls Gotham. Like not just Gotham, but like the world in general. It's like do the people that are in charge, are they actually people who are like honest and like people who actually want to do good for the country, or are they just trying to get your vote? Are they just trying to like make the money eventually? Are they like you've seen a lot of politicians, let's say in the States, politicians who get paid what $200,000 a year, they're worth $140 million. Like how? You know, how much money are they getting paid? Like in the back end. And no matter how many books you write, that doesn't make it. You can't make
a billionaire
unless you're like J.K. Rowling.
Man.
I think that's like a social commentary on the movie. Like it talks a lot about corruption. That's one of the things I noticed. And like even you can say that Thomas Wayne was in some way corrupt, but like his reasoning as to why he went after the reporter was like a personal reason, not having anything to do with the campaign. And unfortunately, that led to that reporter's death.
Yeah. But another comment that I heard on social media about like the film, that people didn't really like the ending. And also I also watched there was like a review by
which ending are you talking about? Like when he's talking to Catwoman leaves, or like the Joker thing?
No, we'll get to that after. No, but about Riddler blowing up the city. Fucking what's his name? Oh my gosh, the politician, the Jewish politician there. Jesus.
Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, because
he's not a politician, bro. He's just a political commentator.
Oh, yeah, really? Okay, and or fucking
really
lawyer, whatever.
Really?
I wasn't sure what he was. Anyways, but yeah, Ben Shapiro, because he does a lot of reviews for movies, right?
Yeah.
I watched his take and I fucking hated it, but he basically talks about how he thought like that ending was useless, and like the more I thought about, at first I was like, yeah, it kind of has a point. Because like thinking back at it the first time, like why did he blow up the city? Why did he do that?
To trap everybody in the...
Why?
Because he thought
that he just felt like it. That's the renewal.
No, they explained it in the movie. I can't remember right now.
He thought that the whole of Gotham was corrupt, wasn't it? Isn't that what he thought?
Sort of.
So he wanted to wipe everybody out in Gotham.
When I watched it more, because of his drive and his like, because he wants revenge so badly, right?
Yeah.
So he wants to sort of take over like everything, and he's kind of like pissed at the whole city because like he was in dirt, bro. He was living in like the worst conditions. Kids were dying every year from the cold, and like they were still like praising like Bruce Wayne because like, oh shit, he's an orphan, but like he has like a shit ton of money to wipe his tears, you know.
Daddy's money.
But so there's that, and the fact that he never got any help. So basically, because of all the corruption, his message was that nothing could save the city, and he wanted revenge, and he wanted the people to know what it was like to live in the slums like he did. So that's why he blew up the walls and flooded the whole city to make it a shithole like he lived in. But it wasn't because Ben Shapiro basically thought like, oh, he just did it because why not? Because this is actual renewal, or like this is actual change. But
I guess he just misunderstood.
Bro, just a comic book movie.
Yeah. No. But it's, like, at the end of the day, bro, like you need to understand they're actual fucking psychotic people.
The thing is, you can try to understand how they think, but like the way they think is completely different from yours. So it's like there's a lot of a loss in translation kind of thing with people who are like psychotic, right? So a lot of people still try to understand people who like evil men throughout history, for example, because they try to understand like, oh, what made them go this, and you can just say, oh, they were evil, but like what's the actual reason why? You can just say like, oh, because they just for the shits of it, but like it's not the actual reason. Speaking of shits. What do you think of the relationship between Batman and Catwoman?
When I first watched the movie, I didn't really pay a lot of attention to like the romantic aspect, and after watching it, I was a bit confused as to why it like worked out so well. But the more I think about it, I'm like, wow, like they're fucking perfect for each other. Because if you look at it, remember the time when she wore the contact?
Yeah,
that was like live. That was like recording like everything that she was.
That's
actually
live. Really smart though that he does that.
It's fucking crazy. Notice how every guy at the club, and this is her life 24/7, gazes at her and is like in awe every time they see her. She's like, oh, my fucking queen, you know? It's like,
yeah.
So Batman is the only one who acts like he does not give a shit. So the reason why they work so well together, I find, because first of all, Selena, she's so used to getting what she wants because guys always go her way. But Batman is so centered. So he's a very driven person.
Yeah.
Extremely ambitious.
Mission comes before everything.
Mission becomes before everything.
He's a
so
male.
No matter what she fucking does. And remember the time when they were staring at each other, and like after he put the contacts in her, and he's just staring. He's like, yeah, it's good, and then he just walks away. Yeah. And Selena actually thought that they were actually getting like close.
Right, that was amazing.
You remember that?
Yeah.
It's like he's like holds up her chin. He's like, yeah, it's good. Bro, honestly, no, but yeah. So he's so, but like he's so, yeah, like so it's very hard to like push him off his center, right? So like his mission is really to save the city, and that's his drive for it, and like nothing like goes past him. But also the mystery helps as well, right? So he has the mystery factor because like he's wearing a mask, she doesn't know what's underneath it, and she's also very intrigued.
Yeah. So I was gonna say that like the mystery of who the Batman is much more.
He's intrigued from her as well.
Yeah,
like when he goes to your apartment, he's like, you have a lot of cats, or like where'd you make that suit, you know, stuff like that.
No, but that's actually not the hint that I got. It was when he kept playing on repeat the clip where she kept saying, I don't have a relationship with Falcone. Yeah. Remember?
Yeah.
But like, I don't have a relationship with him, and then he just keeps on putting it on repeat. Like that's how you know that he has interest in her, right?
Yeah.
What? What was that?
Is it Ari?
I have no idea what that is.
It's Kevin James, bro.
Dumb.
Fucking idea.
Yeah. So the mystery, I think, of who Batman, who's under the mask, and also the fact that like he's sort of like the antithesis of what she hates.
The what?
She's the antithesis of
what the fuck is that?
Like the complete opposite of what she hates, right?
Right.
Because she hates like bratty like dudes who are just like millionaires or whatever. But he's like completely the opposite. He
represents that, but he's not that.
Like he's
that's what people assume he is.
No, but I'm saying like he's Bruce Wayne, obviously still. Yeah. And you can like what I'm saying is that he's like the complete opposite of what she would think Bruce Wayne would be like.
That's what I meant.
Understand? Yeah. So it's like he's a badass.
Yeah. But guys, like the muscles don't help though.
So one of the things I think I noticed when he really liked her was when he goes to the funeral as Bruce Wayne and he sees Falcone get out of a car with someone who looks like her.
Oh yes.
And then he runs towards her and then he realizes like, oh, that's not actually her.
Man, it's just another bitch from Laval.
From Laval.
Fuck you, bitch.
I noticed that there was a lot of reds. Like the red was used heavily. We don't usually see red associated a lot with Batman.
The theme of the movie was black and red, like from the posters, from the first teaser trailer.
Yeah, but like usually it's not like that.
No.
Usually it's not like that at all. Like Batman is usually like dark blue. Like if you look at Dark Knight, cold colors usually.
Colors. Yeah. But this movie was red tone.
Bloody.
It was a noir movie with a red tone. Red lighting.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Amazing, man.
And the yellow too. So the black. There's a rule for it. There's like 60, 30, and 10% of like the color tones that you work with when it comes to a film. So in this case, I would say like 60% black, 30% red, and 10% yellow. Okay. And it's normally the case with a lot of the scenes. Actually, it depends from scene to scene, but like the movie normally has that take as well.
Oh, actually, I think I don't know if this is actually the case. Mm-hmm. But did you notice that the whole time the weather was always really bad until the end?
Yeah.
It like finally opens
like
up the sky.
the weather.
Yes.
There's only the sun is only out after like at the end when Batman's
every day it's raining. Yes.
It's nighttime and it's raining every day. When there was a funeral, it was daytime.
No, but I'm saying it was like it was cloudy.
It was cloudy.
Oh, it's always cloudy. Yeah, no, you're right.
At the very end of the movie, like the sun is shining in his face when the helicopter. Yeah. Everything was calculated. Like this movie was fantastic.
What was your favorite shot in the movie?
Okay.
I just hope you guys don't say it.
Okay. Penguin upside down.
Fuck! Okay, wait. Can I say something about that scene though?
Yes.
Because that scene, as much as it was fucking sick, it kind of went to shit as soon as Batman went like this.
Yeah, actually.
Okay, but whatever. The beginning.
Bro, when he turned on the fucking boosters and shot out, it's like, haha, I got you. Like, what the fuck?
Fuck you, bitch.
So there's that.
Just one.
There's
like save us, man. Save us a few shit.
The last scene, the flare.
Yeah.
And when he cuts the rope.
Yeah.
The batarang, that was good. Okay, go name some.
Oh, the batarang was really cool. The way it was like attached to his suit, that was really cool.
Yeah, okay, go.
The
shotgun to the chest.
No, when he was trying to get to Falcone and the guards were shooting him in the dark.
Oh,
that was sick.
Okay, this is more like funny scene, but like the typical Batman move where like the guards are like going and they just look up and say on the corner like, boy. That was right. I just started laughing my ass off in the cinema, bro. It's too funny, bro. There was the shots, like, and the club scene where, like, the scene is just, like, beating the shit out of you.
That remind me of John Wick.
Yeah,
we should do John Wick.
Honestly? Coming up
next. This is the coming up.
Keanu Reeves as a guest.
Thank you.
Can I say something about the cinematography?
No.
Okay.
He's being sarcastic, you idiot.
No shit. But I don't know if you guys maybe understood the sort of the impact or like the role of this. So the focus and
the focus of the camera.
But the focal point. So the way I saw it from the beginning, and they kind of play around with this, there were a lot of scenes where it was very blurry and you would have like a very small interval where the focal point would be at, so that only when the character or an object would enter in that exact position would you see it clearly.
I noticed that.
So I think like, this is my personal opinion, so I'm not stating facts here, but I believe that the reason why he did that was that Batman and Jim Gordon were kind of hovering around like the solutions, and every time they would kind of get to somewhere, they would come in focus. So if you look, for example, if you remember the beginning scene when he goes to the crime scene and there's the tugger on the floor there. Remember how like everything was blurry except for the tugger, and then Batman walks into that space and grabs it. So the key is always in focus. So they're always outside of focus.
In the first crime scene.
In the first crime scene.
The tugger wasn't there.
It was there. That's how he killed the first victim.
I know, but he picked it up.
He picked it up.
No, Riddler picked it up.
No.
Yeah.
There's 3 crime scenes.
He picked it up, but then...
The nails.
No, obviously.
Oh, shit. They found it. They found
it later.
Sorry, you're right. No, but the bloodstain. The bloodstain was in focus.
Yes.
So that's when he found that. So that... But then the tugger eventually as well, other tools as well that they found, or other clues, everything was out of focus except for that object. So it's like they're always hovering around and then coming back to that point. So it's like, I think the reason that they had such a small interval for that focal point kind of explains the depth and the complexity of this crime, right?
Yeah.
Of this whole plot. And yeah.
And the complexity of how long it takes to like.
Can I add something?
And how you can piece together a bunch of stuff in a crime scene.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, like not specifically talking about the crime scene and stuff, but like the focusing of the cameras. I have like, and I'm talking about like the nice visual shots. There's one shot like at the very end when he's on the bicycle, and he's going, and it's like. You see the lens of his shoulder and the grip of the left side of the bat cycle
when he's seeing,
and they're zooming in on his view of the rear view mirror.
Selena Kyle.
Yeah, but it's not focused, and then for a split second it focuses in, and then you see Selena Kyle, like stuff like that you're saying that like it's blurry and then it becomes like into focus.
No, but I don't think there was a.
Yeah. If you rewatch the scene,
bro,
it's kind of blurry, and then it zooms in, and then you finally see clearly like what he sees through the lenses. So I like that shot too. It's a very beautiful shot.
I remember that shot. Yeah, and the shot where they go like
they're
riding,
fog.
like she's riding ahead, and then he catches up. And then they stop, and then
they melody together a bit, and then
they separate, and then he looks back at her, and as she turns around the corner,
every shot, like guys, it was fantastic.
My 2 favorite shots actually kind of happened at the same time. It was during the first big thug fight. Like I love the shot where it's like the dark alley, and you just hear the stomping, like the steps, and then one at a time, and then you see him. And I really like the shots of where it's like there's rain, and he's like walking and. You just see his feet, and it's like he's walking through the puddles,
like the leather creaking.
Yeah.
Puddle,
But yeah, I like the really like my favorite scene. Obviously, like the Batmobile hanging upside down, like when he's walking, whatever.
Yeah.
And that scene where like he's drifting on the bike and the music's just like, playing, and he's just like, oh,
like that scene of him being upside down. I actually stopped and I was like, oh, that's actually a good shot.
Yeah.
No.
When you were talking about the first like thug that he faced, something else I wanted to mention, going back to like Riddler's and Batman's connection, and this is another hint to like Batman's flaw in the way that he kind of in the way that he was conducting like his business, you can say.
Yeah.
Remember the guy who was being beaten up? Like the guy who was actually going to get punched.
The guy.
He was on the floor, right?
Right. Yeah.
Remember what he said before Batman kind of looked away?
Yeah. I am vengeance.
Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me.
Don't hurt me. So what do you think that? So he's
scared.
not.
They're scared.
He's not only scaring criminals. He's scaring everyone.
Oh, you mean
the Asian guy who was getting beat up?
He was getting beaten up.
As soon as he stops fighting, he's like, "Don't hurt me," and he runs through the gate.
Sorry. I thought it was You were talking about the guy who shot him.
No. So that's why. So yeah, like the Asian guy who's like on the floor, who's hurt. He's like, "Don't hurt me," right? So that's sort of like the first nod to him, like inflicting fear on not just the criminals but everyone. You know, and not being a symbol of hope like he's supposed to be.
And then at the very end, the last person is like holding his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she like till she's flying, like he's still holding it.
Yeah. So nice.
Guys, let's rewatch the movie.
Okay, wait. I have a question for you guys. This is a bit off topic. What do you think? I kind of have an answer for it. What do you think was the Joker's role in this movie?
Honestly, who knows? Like, it's probably
because for me personally,
sequel bait.
Basically.
For me personally, it was a flaw, but there's a reason why it was in it. I don't know if you saw
Matt Reeves. He's gonna be in the sequel. No. I saw the extended clip.
Okay.
The
but
thing
did you
is,
see Matt Reeves' interview about that scene specifically?
Yeah, he said that like it was part of like when he's figuring out the stuff like one by one, like the first hour and a half of the movie where he's like finding little crime scenes. Like he goes to see him to get information on something. I forgot exactly.
Goes to the Joker.
Yeah, there's a deleted scene
like
where
the Riddler or Batman.
The Batman in the beginning of the movie, there wasn't supposed to be an ending scene with the Joker. Like Joker was actually like just a little cameo where he gives Batman information and then it helps him take the next clue to go to the other crime scene or figure something else out.
It was more to understand his motive. Because he figured that like since they're both like
no, but he's talking about papers and he gives him information about Carmine or something and he doesn't want to believe it.
Yeah,
I remember. Like I don't really remember too much.
Well, yeah, because Carmine,
he basically gives documents to Joker and he says, "Explain to me this," and then they do a little back and forth.
Okay, but you don't know. Yeah, but you don't know why he kept.
I don't remember.
Okay. Because sort of the reason why Matt Reeves kept the last scene with Joker in it that I fucking hated initially, and I still don't like it now either.
I think they should have just kept that deleted scene of him going and talking to the Joker.
They should have kept that instead of the other one. Yeah,
exactly.
I would agree. Yeah,
because then it would have been at the beginning of the movie. You would have seen the Joker made, and not just for the sake of Joker being there, but like as a plot point, like helping the story progress. And then that's it. Like you saw Joker, and that's it.
Yeah.
Why do you bring him at the end of the movie? But continue.
So the reason why he kept it in, because there was a lot of argument and debate whether or not they should even put him in the movie, was because Selena Kyle mentions to Batman in the last scene before they head off that the city's not going to change and that there's only going to be more criminals.
Yeah.
And like
so he wanted to add more criminals.
Like Riddler,
yes, I remember now.
Like Riddler. Yeah. Like Riddler.
I
like
remember.
on the streets and shit. So that's sort of like showing that Riddler's not the only one. There's Joker as well, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be in the sequel. That's just showing that it's not like a one-time thing and then it just ends there.
Yeah,
this always causes a domino effect.
Exactly. I'm excited to see what villains.
It's kind of like in Spider-Man, if you think about it.
The video game or the movies?
Which one?
Let's say any of them really. Like whenever one villain
perish or
loses,
gets beaten, there's another one.
There's always another one. It's that's just the case for any superhero movies.
Yeah, basically.
But that's like the double-edged sword, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
Like you have a superhero who can take care of these big baddies, but then
there's always going to be a bigger
baddie. There's always a bigger fish.
There's always a bigger fish.
I wanted to talk about how, I swear to God, that scene where the Riddler's in the jail cell.
Can I imitate?
And
no.
No, not that scene. Not that scene. The scene where he's being interrogated by Batman in
the first time. When he first gets captured.
Yeah.
And then he punches the glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It was such a good tease that the Riddler knew who Batman was.
Oh! And then you freak out.
Wayne. Yeah. And then he was like, oh, fuck.
But no, that was a great scene. Yo, we were all on the edge of our seats, like shit. And then the plot twist of like he
literally just didn't know. The thing is like as soon as he mentions Bruce Wayne, Batman looks up, he sees the camera recording, and he's like, shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Very, very large brain.
This is also another big complaint that a lot of people had that I also disagree with. Is people didn't like the fact that the Riddler won. And what do you guys think about that?
I like that the Riddler won.
It's
a different ending.
Yeah, I agree with Chris. Like it's different, bro. Like
did he really win? Did he really win?
You got captured at the end.
Okay, actually, wait.
No, he did win.
Because he still flooded Gotham and
no, because it was always his intention to get caught.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it was, but
he didn't expect what he thought Batman was gonna have a different reaction to what he was doing.
No.
That's why he freaks out.
The main issue was that, remember how he always said that he was always lonely, that he was always ignored, he was always neglected.
Yeah.
And that he just wanted to have a friend.
A
And that Batman, in his eyes, was his friend. He was his companion.
Yeah.
But when he found out that Batman was never trying to support him and was calling him a freak and a psychotic person for doing what he was doing, he's like, fuck. In his mind, he lost because he didn't have the friend that he thought he had.
You got a
friend in me.
No, but like at the end of the day, he's still lonely.
Absolutely. And
so he won and he lost.
I think the reason why he started this whole thing was because he was neglected.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah, exactly.
No, well,
So-
Arden brought this point
Yeah.
out,
So right. So because he was neglected, he had like 500 followers or whatever on whatever website he was on, and then he was able to bring all those people in. But the real person he really wanted attention from was Batman.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he didn't get the attention he wanted from Batman
because he's too much of an alpha male.
Sigma male. Sin
City was a maybe.
Okay, a big flaw in the movie.
No flaws. Masterpiece. 10 out of
No
10
flaws,
IGN.
There's no movie.
Whoops. My bad. Okay. Remember the interrogation scene after he got fucking blown up in the face and then he was in the the cellar with in the department. Okay. Remember what happened? First of all, I think that scene was really fucking cool. No, the way that Jim Gordon was like talking to him as though he's like threatening him, but like he's actually like trying to find a way for him to escape.
Yeah, he's like whispering in his ear, gives him the key.
And then he punches him, right? The entire police department of fucking Gotham. He was the number one hunted man in that fucking tower, but also in the entire city. They were chasing him down and he escaped.
Yeah, and then
what the fuck happened? They were like, "Oh, it's all cool. That was yesterday." What? When did that go away?
No, but I think a couple of days passed. Like, doesn't he?
Okay. Let's say a couple of days passed, and they notice that Jim Gordon. Okay, I get it, but like Jim Gordon's with him. Okay, so everything's chill. Let's say we skip that part. First of all, by the way, the whole movie goes on from October 31st to November 6th. It's 7 days. So let's say a day passed or 2 days. Everybody's just chill. They're not gonna bring up the fact, yo, you fucking punched.
Yeah, but that wasn't the intention of the movie. They were focusing on this.
He's not the commissioner. He's not a commissioner yet.
Oh, whatever. What is he?
He's a captain.
Captain. Fucking.
Captain,
who cares? You punched our captain. Like nobody brings it up. Nobody has like.
He doesn't punch him. He tosses him.
He punched him in the face, and then he said, "You could have at least pulled your punch." He's like, "I did pull my punch."
Oh yeah, it's true.
No, and he's like, he does it with like such a straight face. I did pull my punch. Oh my gosh!
But it's the unwritten rules, bro.
I guess going back to the point that Riddler won and why people didn't like it is that Batman normally
vanquishes the villain.
Yeah,
but like
but Riddler specifically, he always outsmarts him in comics and games.
But Riddler is never this much of a threat. He just basically Batman would be dealing with like a billion things, and Riddler would be like, "Ha, time to play games." And he's like, "I don't have fucking time for you, Riddler."
No, but that's the thing.
Like, I have to defend Gotham. Scarecrow's trying to take over the world. Jason Todd is back, and Riddler just captures Catwoman. I have 16 keys. Like, fuck off.
No, but that's the thing. That's the thing. That's what's so
Count Dooku pajamas.
But that's what's so cool about this movie.
Riddler was actually a threat. They made him scary. They made him like
he was a threat, but he also wasn't. And I'm going to explain.
Of course,
I'm going to explain.
Hold on. Found 500 Americans with rifles to shoot up people in a fucking.
Let me explain myself.
Building.
Like you said, the Riddler normally plays games with Batman. He's not there to like. He's not the main villain in any of his stories. He's just there to like. I haven't read most of the comics.
But like he was a big part in the Hush. Was it the Hush storyline or the Long Halloween? I can't remember now. But yes.
Sure, but he always plays games with him, and he always targets Batman.
Yes.
In this case, it's funny because he's the antagonist, but he is the one who sheds light on the evil of the city. Yeah. So he plays the role of a hero, but he's seen as a villain because of the way that
he commits everything.
Right, yeah, because the means doesn't justify the ends.
So he's an anti-villain.
He's an anti-villain.
Yeah.
Anti-hero or anti-villain?
We had this discussion.
Bro, I think it's anti-hero.
But anyway, anti-hero means someone who doesn't fit the traditional mold of a hero.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like Batman.
But he's still a villain.
The typical
Batman
mold
is a hero.
Wait, hold on. The typical mold of a hero is like someone like Superman, right? Like bright. He has like it's the light. So right? He uses the light.
Like basically, Wolverine's an anti-hero.
Yeah.
Because he's a hero,
but he kills.
But he still does questionable things.
Yeah.
But he's not a villain. Like you wouldn't say Wolverine's
But at the end of the day, his ends.
But like anti-villain means that like you're committing evil to reach like a good.
Okay, so no, it was
anti-villain is you're trying to achieve an evil thing, but you also do good deeds along the way.
Wait, hold on. Let me look it up.
No, it is that. He's right.
Anti-hero is the opposite. So anti-hero, it's like Black Adam, let's say, where he wants to save his people.
Black Adam is an anti-villain. He's an anti-hero. He's a villain because he
tries to save his people, but he does it by killing off.
Okay, yeah. But in the comics, technically, Black Adam is an anti-villain.
He jumps around.
But in the Black Adam movie,
in the movie, Johnson, he was an anti-hero
because he was a hero.
Exactly. Here's the definition by Wiktionary. Anti-villain, an antagonist who has or may have noble or honorable aims, but pursues them destructively.
Yeah. It's an antagonist at the end of the day.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. An anti-villain is still a villain.
Yeah, he's a villain, Riddler. He's not a good guy, bro. He's not a hero.
No.
Like, look at it this way, right? Let's map it out. Hero, Superman.
Yeah.
Noble aims, noble ways, right? Anti-hero is someone who has, or like someone who doesn't fit the normal
Wolverine,
like normal view of what a hero is, like Wolverine or Batman or whoever.
The Punisher,
Daredevil. A villain would be someone like Palpatine, does evil things for his own sake, right? An anti-villain,
Darth Vader.
No, not at all.
No.
An anti-villain would be someone like, let's say, Thanos in Infinity War.
Okay, yeah. He has a better point.
Who does evil things, but in the aims of like balancing the universe, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if the Riddler didn't blow up the city, would you consider him an anti-hero?
No.
Why?
No. I still think he's a villain,
because he kills.
So did Black Adam.
The Black Adam is not a hero.
He's an anti-hero.
He's not an anti-hero.
In the movie, he's an anti-hero.
In the movie, but in the comics,
big time. Because at the end of the day, his intentions were to save people.
He killed all the gods.
But did
he's a villain.
But was his intentions a selfish intention?
Yes, he killed all the gods because they basically banished him from whatever, and then they banished him.
Then he's a villain. He's a villain. He's a villain. What?
You guys talking about Kratos?
No, Black Adam. He kills all the wizards, and then they trap him. So he's still a villain, but then he becomes reformed in the movie. At the end, like he becomes an anti-hero. He joins justice. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, no, but that's my point. So if Riddler didn't blow up the city because that was pure like selfish motives,
but Riddler's still a villain. Like
he's still
he has no hero aspect.
That's fine, but in the movie he's portrayed differently. He's not the same like in the games or in the comics that we're used to. This is the discussion that we're having, right? So if you didn't do that action, would he be considered an anti-hero? Because at the end of the day, his aims were. But he's
still not a hero. He's not helping people. He's not saving people.
The city from corruption. That was his intention, right? Was to eliminate corruption.
Forget the intention. He's not a hero. He has no heroic abilities or.
He has no heroic traits.
Exactly.
He's not doing it. He's not doing it to like, let's say,
he doing it to save Gotham.
He's not trying to save Gotham. He's just trying to fulfill like you said earlier, revenge.
Exactly.
It's just for vengeful reasons.
He's a villain, bro.
It's just for a vengeful reason. He's not doing it because he wants to save Gotham, but he's doing it because those people wronged him by taking the money that was supposed to go to him. That's supposed to go to him in the orphanage.
I'm not, bro, but like stupid. No, it's an intriguing discussion because you could say that he did it out of revenge, but if you take away that him exploding like the walls, like. You're kind of taking away like the revenge factor and kind of.
No, because the whole thing was revenge. Everyone was targeted for vengeful reasons.
But I'm saying if that was changed.
But still, he's still a villain. Like even if the whatever collateral didn't happen.
He's still murdering people.
Exactly, dude. It's
like Batman.
That's an anti-hero.
But that's not an anti-hero.
Wolverine doesn't
kill
people for the fact of just killing people. Just
he joins the X-Men. Neither does Riddler though. Riddler didn't kill people just to kill people. He targeted.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's still an anti-villain.
In this movie, maybe
regardless whether or not he blew up the wall.
Yeah, because sometimes he helps Batman.
Because what was the definition? It's an antagonist, right? So he's the antagonist to Batman, who's the anti-hero in the movie, and but he pursues noble goals, but destructively. His noble goal is to root out the corruption.
He has no noble goals.
Yeah.
But
No, but he does have noble goals. His noble goal is to root out the corruption, but the reason why he's doing it is the wrong reason.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just the vengeful reason.
Okay, let's not go into this loophole again. That's too easy. Come on, man.
Okay, what about Maroni then?
What about him?
Can we elaborate more on his...
Okay, so from what I understood, Maroni was some crime lord who was dealing in a bunch of drugs.
Before Falcone.
Drop heads, I think they were called. And
No, dropheads are just people who
take the drug.
who take the drugs, but there was a whole drug business going on.
Yeah. So
they were the big one of the... There's a lot of crime families in the Gotham universe.
So basically, my guess is what happened is that they said there was a big drug bust for Maroni's stuff, right? But instead of the drugs going to like being taken away, I guess they were just kind of like Maroni was framed. He was sent to prison, probably Blackgate, and then Falcone just took over. Or no,
Blackgate. You're right. Blackgate.
He was Falcone probably took over the business afterwards.
Yeah, he did.
So his whole plan was essentially to become like the king of the city. So essentially, what he did is like kind of like what I don't know if you guys have seen Scarface.
Yes.
So in Scarface, for those who haven't seen it, spoiler. In Scarface, what was his name? Tony Montana works for this guy, right? Like, well, I forget the guy's name, and he eventually takes over his business by like, undercutting him like in every way, even though he was at first just some bodyguard for the guy, and then he goes up through the ranks and eventually just takes over his business. It was kind of like that. It was kind of like that, and then Penguin becomes the leader afterwards, like he was the second in command, I guess, in that situation.
Well, Penguin is always like he's like a little vulture, bro. Penguin and
Yeah.
everything. He's always like in the shadows, and then as soon as there's a power roll, he tries to get his shit. As long as he gets his drugs, his guns, he does his money, he doesn't care.
The depiction of Penguin in this movie is interesting. Like he had scars on his face. He looked the same generally. Like it was very well cast. But the thing is, it wasn't the same kind of Penguin we usually get. The usual Penguin is someone who was rich, but then lost a lot of his money and lost like.
But I think it was like the Arkham vibes.
Not at all.
You don't find?
Not at all. Because in this one, it's always seen as like Penguin is some sort of drug lord. He was always a drug lord, but in the sense of Arkham, it's like he wasn't always a drug lord, but it was like his family lost a lot of money too.
But he becomes a drug lord. Like he's known as a Penguin. He's a drug lord. Like when the Arkham City. Like at the beginning.
He was always. I'm saying, yeah, for sure. But like I'm saying, like he wasn't originally a drug lord, but like this Penguin looks like he was always in the life of crime.
Oh, okay, yeah. I get what you mean.
Like,
but maybe we might get more backstory in the second movie.
Maybe. But like I think Penguin is gonna be one of those villains. It's kind of like Alfie Solomon's in Peaky Blinders.
Yeah,
where he's always there.
You go see him, you get some information, you tell him stop doing your shit, and then you leave him alone.
Yeah, but then he backstabs you or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think that's going to be the case with him. The two other villains, I would say, we're kind of deviating, but the two other villains that I would like to see is obviously next is going to be the Joker. I think it's always going to be that always has to be the case where any Batman series they're all I think the Joker as a villain.
With this tone would be good is they mentioned the Waynes and I forgot the other family, like Hush, like that storyline.
Hush would be that was my other choice. It was going to be Hush.
Yeah, like that would be. I feel like the tone and like how we're progressing. And they mentioned it.
But tone would be also really good for
Mr. Freeze, because why half the city is now sunk. So if they bring Mr. Freeze, they could add this storyline where like a third of the city is just frozen and we don't know why. Like at the first 40 minutes, and then Batman's like, "Yo, what the hell is going on?" Like he hears police reports where like people are like frozen in like an area like near the lake or the river of Gotham, and they're like, "What the hell?" And he goes and like you were introduced to Mr. That and he has a whole castle like that. I think
would be really cool.
So they could bring Hush and Mr. Freeze and have Joker like as a big villain at the end, where he teases for a third movie.
Well, here's the thing: I would only accept Mr. Freeze if he was played by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
This guy. You know what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
The Ice Age.
Take 2 of this in the morning and call me.
No, but
stay cool, bad boy.
But what do you guys think about Harvey Dent?
I think, but like I think he would fit in this tone of movie, but like it's been done, bro. Like they did it so well in like in Gotham.
I would say the only you have to try new villains, but you always have to do Joker.
You could bring. Yeah. I think Mr. Freeze and Hush would be amazing. Mr. Freeze, like
Mr. Freeze,
see him here and there. He's a good villain. In Hush, I think people like live action. If we see Hush, like people would like freak out. That would be such a great storyline, guys. Yeah.
Hush in general has always been really cool.
And Joker is in that storyline too, so maybe he could play a role.
Maybe he'll be the side villain to Hush, like to Joker. But no, I don't think Hush should be a side villain.
I think he should be the main villain.
What if Joker is the side villain?
I think main villain Hush, Mr. Freeze has a little backstory, like in like
No, I think since you're if you're going to have Mr. Freeze half the city, it has to be in like the next movie. So it has to be Joker and Mr. Freeze.
And then Hush in the shadows.
And then Hush should be in the next movie.
Okay, we'll see. I guess we're gonna see what Matt Reeves is gonna do.
Yeah, that should be the plan.
They could bring back Bane.
How would you think they would?
They could bring like a group of villains that are kind of together.
The Sinister Six.
Not the Sinister Six, but like
I'm not a big fan of Bane, to be honest.
Like in the Arkham games or like the Telltale games, where it's like Harley Quinn, Bane, Mr. Freeze,
Ra's al Ghul.
Like, bro, it's been done. Everything. Like you need more. Like Man-Bat. Why don't you bring Man-Bat?
Man-Bat
as a side villain.
Fucking Firefly, bro.
Yo, that wouldn't be that bad. They could bring Firefly.
Or Firefly could be the side villain to Joker. You need to. I think for any of the movies, most of the really good movies, they always have one main villain, one side
villain. Bro, fucking Green Ivy,
Poison Ivy.
Oh shit!
No, Poison Ivy. Bring Poison Ivy.
Why?
Honestly,
fuck you.
The most logical answer is Mr. Freeze, because literally the whole city is like flooded. Like that's a wasted opportunity.
Bro, fucking what was it? Mad Hatter.
Mad Hatter actually would not be that bad. But not as a main villain, like as
like
a
just like he deals with him for like 20 minutes and like you never see him
like,
again.
Like let's look at
he's trying to get somewhere and he gets captured and then the story deviates and Batman has like
let's
go through this.
Let's look back through the Christian Bale Batmans and see who are the main and side villains for each one. Like if you look at like
main villain,
Batman Begins, Ra's al Ghul, and then
side villain Scarecrow. But there was Falcone in that movie too.
Yeah, but like to a lesser extent, right?
Then second movie it's the Joker,
and then
secondary villain is Two-Face. And
then
third movie is Bane. No, Bane is a side villain, and the main villain was Talia al Ghul, which is Ra's al Ghul's daughter.
Oh shit, that's true. Yeah, I remember that.
Because he kills Ra's al Ghul, if I'm not mistaken, right?
He kills Ra's al Ghul in the first movie.
Kills him, but like was resurrected or something.
No, not in those movies. Like he dies in the first movie and he just dies.
I think
Lazarus Pits. Yes.
I think Ra's al Ghul being in the new ones would not be super great because then it would bring like a supernatural element.
Yeah, and he's been done.
I like the realistic gritty.
He's been done in video games and in the Arrow series. Like he was a prominent character and for a lot of seasons. So. You have to come up with like Mr. Freeze. Like we need a new Mr. Freeze.
Yeah. Like who was the last Mr. Freeze? Fucking like.
Wait, have you guys seen Gotham?
No, I don't watch that show. I'm not a big fan. But let's not talk about that right now.
Bro, fucking was it Doctor Strange?
Strange.
Hugo
Strange.
Hugo Strange would be
he would be fucking crazy.
But he was just like in Arkham.
Do you have to? Okay, so basically, second movie deal with whatever, and third movie you bring in Arkham and like Hugo Strange and like a massive like plot like. A plot where like
Hugo Strange and Hush working together.
That's not bad.
And what do you guys think about the Batmobile?
The Batmobile. Look, at first cool. I didn't fuck with it. Batmobile right here. I'm like, why? Like, you know, the Batmobile classic, like super vehicle, you know? Super. So they were like, you know what? Like, let's make this tone where like it's just a fucking V8 engine in a giant V8? Super.
Make it like more like a V38.
V12, V10 engine in a fucking muscle car, like classic Mustang look. Like
pretty cool.
Scrawny look. Like no, it was a fresh take. I definitely liked it.
The more I watch it, the more I think it's my favorite Batmobile. One of my favorites.
Not my favorite.
I would say my
Michael Keaton Batmobile. Come on, AREN. Like know your shit. Tumblr. Can we agree the Tumblr is the most
because I like it when it's realistic.
Ugly motherfucking
shit. I don't know, like what the fuck were
like
they
it's
thinking?
like yes, let's make the best Batman trilogy, but let's give it the ugliest fucking Batmobile.
All right, let's do it. Let's do the tier right of each one. Right, Adam West.
Okay. I mean, it's all right.
Adam West.
I mean, it's all right.
Michael Keaton.
Perfect. Everything to the last minute detail.
Which else?
The tumbler.
The Tumbler.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
The one that Ben Affleck had.
Oh, that was good.
I mean, it's all right.
I mean, it's all right.
No, it was good. It was good.
It was bad.
This
Yeah,
one?
it wasn't bad.
This one.
Perfect. Everything's perfect to the minute.
Nah, bro, this one's the fucking. Because I like it when it's realistic.
That's my
dude.
goat. The goat.
No, but I love it when it's realistic like that though, because like it's like he has like this muscle car that he just customizes the shit out of.
Because it's still the beginning, like he's like still
Yeah.
trying to figure out what the fucking
Like who was
Batmobile
it?
is.
Julius Fox.
Okay, calm down with the fucking
Lucius
metaphorical
Fox.
shit with the Batmobile. Like we get it with Batman, but like he doesn't need to figure out what the Batmobile means. To him.
No, but like
Batmobile means that
Yeah.
he can drive a car.
he hasn't built the iconic Batmobile yet, you know? Like he's,
Okay,
like,
yeah,
in
but
the-
maybe he's just like maybe he just likes fucking cars and. he
But
just-
yeah, Lucius Fox wasn't in this movie. Like he doesn't
Do you
exist.
think he's gonna be? He's probably gonna be in the next movie.
Maybe they might disregard him in this universe.
But why, bro? Like he's the whole wing
He's a tech guy. Yeah.
He's the
Okay, maybe that's why. So now he built everything from scratch. He's like a mechanic, and like he built this like armored bat suit. Maybe in the second movie, 2 years pass or something, and like Lucius
would be
Fox is in the picture, and then like he has more like years pass, and he has more high tech gear, like full on bat technology. Wayne Enterprises, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
who knows?
Do you
bro?
guys
I
think
guess
he's
we're
the
gonna
best
see.
Batman?
Yeah, I like
Uh,
it, but it's not the best, bro. The
who's
best
the best?
Batman is always gonna be the comic books, bro, or Kevin.
Well, like
No,
live,
for the
live
movies.
action.
Live action movies.
I like him more. I like this Batman more than Christian Bale's. I know, like that's a very controversial thing to
100%.
say.
No,
No,
I
no.
totally agree with
Totally
you.
agree.
No, because everyone's like like the Christian Bale movies are the best movies, but I don't think it's like the Batman representation could have been a bit better. Like it was still really good, but like Batman's a detective. He's the fucking smartest person in the room, and you saw that in every scene. It was like shit. Like this guy figures everything out. Well, everybody's looking around. Like he goes exactly where he needs to go and figure shit out. So I like the detective
He lies
aspect.
still.
But he's still learning, you know, like the
Yeah.
fucking glide scene, bro. He's like,
Oh my
he's
god!
fucking.
Wait, what did you think about that? Actually, what did you think?
I found that legit.
What the
'cause
glide scene?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he still hasn't figured out.
He hasn't. I was like, bro, jump, and then he realizes.
He's like shits himself. He's like, fuck, that's high.
So he realizes he hasn't done that before.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't
hasn't-
even have the glide tech yet, bro. Like that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. That's why Lucius Fox would be like a good addition. Like
Yeah.
he would try to figure out how to like build some device or whatever,
Yeah.
and then Lucius Fox would come along and say, "Okay, I'll build this for you." And he does like, and he goes, "Wow."
No, but like, what did you think about like what do you call that? The flying squirrels.
Flying scrolls.
Yeah.
the glide.
The glide suit.
It's
Did you
it's
like
a
that?
prototype glide suit. Like he hasn't developed.
Yeah, of course.
like his cape has not developed.
No,
probably
that's the
into, like,
prototype.
No, but I love that
How
after he
heavy-
did that, it's remember, like he
parachuted.
lost his cape.
Yeah, he drops his cape
Yeah,
right
because
there
like
and
it's
there.
part. Yeah,
it's part of the suit. Yeah.
yeah.
But like what's also interesting is that the glide, like how, like I never figured this out. I never thought about this until now.
He can't fly. He can only glide when
I know
going from a tall building.
I
and
get that,
the
yeah, but
pieces
like
fall.
usually he glides just with the cape. But how heavy does the cape have to be to be able to support his weight?
But the thing
It's
is,
not the
Batman has
weight.
different. He has
It's like-
different like the threading, like everything is like high technology
Yeah.
where like it's like not bulletproof, but to a certain extent it could stop like fire. Like it's not flammable and stuff.
Listen, at the end of the day, like this is all sci-fi. Like the
Not sci-fi.
It's just fiction.
It's just fiction.
or fiction, whatever the fuck. It's there's just so much that you can apply to the real world. Like I think the kind of technology that they use, especially in the Christian Bale series, it's like doesn't exist. Basically, like if I'm not mistaken, Lucius Fox like kind of uses
In the
like,
first movie, he has like a very padded armor, and then second movie is like
but
it's more flexible,
more for
but he
the-
has less.
No,
he
I'm
has
talking about
less.
for the gliding though. For the gliding, because
They never explain it,
the cape,
bro.
He does. Yeah, remember the gloves
Yeah.
when he touches it. It's like you know how like memory foams work when you press down and it goes back
Okay,
to
bro,
its
we're
form.
not gonna figure out signs like how.
No, but like
now.
just my point is like he explains that like basically when it comes into contact with the glove, it takes the shape that it's meant to take.
Yeah.
And like
So the air blowing in it makes
molecules
it
basically
blow
form
up.
itself, whatever. You
Yeah.
know? But like, I don't know if you can relate it to like real life.
Anyways, 10 on 10 movie, 12 on 10.
But is he the best Batman?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I like him the
100%.
most right now.
100%.
Definitely.
Like he's very brooding. He's very brooded. He's very menacing.
I feel like near the end, if they do make like a couple of movies, like I think like people will be like, this was the best Batman. That's never actually, but I like the Ben Affleck Batman a lot too. But the only thing is the killing thing I didn't like too much. But I like an experienced Batman.
Dog shit.
I don't know, man. I still don't fuck with Ben Affleck. I don't know.
I like this because he was a very like aggressive like Batman. He's been Batman for 25 years, but just the killing thing, like I get that, but like in general,
blowing up through like the trucks and shit.
Yeah. But that definitely is top. He's number one. He's top G right now.
But I would say best. But who would you say is the best Bruce Wayne?
Christian Bale.
I can't tell because he hasn't found himself yet. I think
so
this
far.
is the most honest portrayal of Bruce Wayne.
No, man. There's not
in a realistic standpoint
at the beginning,
at the start. Yes.
Yeah, but
that's
not
what I mean.
Bruce Wayne is not like this 10
No,
years
of course,
into Batman.
Of course.
So
no, but I'm saying
so
far, he's played Bruce Wayne's role perfectly. But Christian Bale was amazing though.
No, Christian Bale is the best Bruce Wayne.
Don't get me wrong. So far, Christian Bale is the
Ben
best.
Affleck too. Is Bruce Wayne was good.
Yeah. I think.
What's your superpower? I'm rich. I found that so fucking cringe. That's terrible. Honestly,
yeah, just because of the Josh Whedon.
Josh
Whedon, you suck ass.
Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon, on fait les Avengers.
Bro,
like,
Joss Whedon, what?
Way to like
sucks ass?
fucking bring down.
Makes one of the most memorable Marvel movies. Makes the worst DC movie.
Wasn't that Avengers 1 he made?
Yeah.
Man, that movie was, that movie was good. Thank you guys for watching. It has been really fun. This movie was really fun for me to watch. Really fun for us to dissect and break down. Special thanks to AREN for kind of carrying it because I didn't have the time to watch this movie 3 or 4 times. Obviously, it's fucking.
I watched it 3 times too, but like recently, not really.
Bro, man's has fucking
my fucking notes, guys.
2 fucking pages of notes.
Listen, I don't have like a shit ton of free time like you might think. I just came back from Germany because I'm a cool dude and I had a lot of time in the flight and I was watching it and I was taking.
There was once a famous German who went to Paris.
Fellas in Paris.
Honestly.
If you want to watch the review, the movie dissection of the famous German painter who went to Paris, go to episode 6 and I'll link it. Right there.
I swear, if you read, fuck you, AREN, one more time.
Fuck you, AREN.
You saw that in the video, right?
Yeah, bro, fucking hell.
He's gonna write "fuck you, someone" or something like that.
I'm dead. Okay, guys, it was an honor to be on the podcast. It was an honor being back.
Okay, shut the fuck up. This is the actual outro. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Fuck you. I'm the host for this podcast.
No, fuck you. Shut up.
Fuck you, bitch.
Thank you guys for watching. It's been really fun. This is a great movie to dissect. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys are enjoying the new shorts that are being released right now. It's really cool.
I am enjoying the shorts. Very, very good content, my friend.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, remember.
Why you ass?
Fuck you.
Why you ass?